Welcome back. Every Thursday on News 9 at 9, we're going in-depth with Oklahoma City Police Chief Gourley.
This week, our Lisa Monahan hits the road to check out the department's newest tactical vehicles.
Each and every week, we get the opportunity to visit with Oklahoma City Police Chief Gourley. And this week, extra special, we're on the road here at the Oklahoma City Police Department for an insider look at your specialty vehicles. Tell us about the new vehicles that you received just within the last year.
So we have two vehicles that are about 6 to 8 months that we've had them. The first is the Lenco Bearcat that you see behind me here. This is actually the second one of these that we've purchased. And these vehicles are designed to get our officers in and out of very dangerous situations, situations where you may have an armed and barricaded subject, or we're serving a high-risk search warrant. We're coming up on a house where we know somebody's armed, and we're trying to deploy our officers. You can have the officer up there to make sure they're covered, so if they start drawing any gunfire, they can be protected. But also, too, you can use it to deploy less lethal as you get in closer to an incident, and you maybe have a suspect, that you can take into custody who's not cooperating, but it doesn't rise to lethal force yet. It actually has a delivery method for water, like through a fire hose. Maybe penetrate a door or a window or other things like that. And so it's just another added tool to help us. But then again, with it being a little bit bigger and able to transport more equipment, that helps us too, because the tactical officers have a lot of less lethal that they use, to try to bring a situation under control without physically harming someone. And so the more equipment that we can get on scene to do that. But again, getting safely up to a distance where you can deploy that less lethal is also very important. And you'll see on the sides too, there are rails where they can stand if they need to. If we need to, shuttle them into a location, they can still be protected behind the vehicle itself. And so it allows us to get quite a few officers up to a location.
Okay, but this is not the only new vehicle for the department. They also have a new interview van. Tell us why this is so helpful to have.
We noticed on a lot of our crime scenes, our shooting scenes and other things that are a little more volatile, maybe our homicides, we have witnesses that just don't want to get involved. And it's frustrating sometimes, but we started figuring out, it's understandable. They don't want to be put in the back of a police car. They don't want to be transported downtown and treated like they're a criminal, especially if they're just a witness, and we're trying to gather that information. So we came up with a plan to have a van that an on-call lieutenant that's on call for persons crimes will respond with this van on some of our more major crime scenes where we have multiple witnesses, and they'll roll this out, and the interviews can be conducted right out there in the field. They can be videoed, just like they would downtown here at headquarters. And we're finding that we're getting more cooperation out of witnesses because they're more likely to, to participate and give us that information.
Taking a sneak peek inside, I noticed that it's equipped with cameras and computers. What is the benefit to that for officers?
In today's day and age, you have to get things on video. So when we go to court later and we want to, testify to the jury and show them and recount what those witnesses told us at the scene, having that video of the interview really helps us. You can see what you're recording as you have witnesses or others that are in here that are things that you would need later for the case. And again, it's pretty much set up just like what we have downtown. So it's very efficient. It allows us to conduct the interview, get the person on their way. They're not, detained, and they don't feel like, that they're in trouble for getting in the back of a police car and being transported downtown.
And in speaking with the lieutenants who take these vehicles out to the scenes, they indicated that equipped with a printer and a computer, you can also print search warrants. How much does that save time in an investigation?
It's huge. I mean, it saves a lot of time, and those things can be done in real time. And we all know the longer it takes to to get those things together and get in and get your evidence, sometimes that evidence can deteriorate. So being able to do that and being able to do it right there on the scene is very beneficial.
Chief, thanks for letting us have all access to your specialty vehicles. We appreciate it. If you have a question for Chief Gourley, you can, as always, send us a chat with the chief at griffin.news. We'll see you next week.